sometimes. Sometimes it's great, but a lot of times for me it's really hard. And no matter how I'm feeling, like I always find myself like struggling with certain patterns of behavior. I find myself like stuck in like the same thing that keeps repeating over and over again. And I'm just like, how am I in this? And it's that moment where you're in it, and then you kind of separate yourself from that situation, and you look at it and you see it for what it is, and you're able to then do something about it. Like you've now broken out of that circle, that cycle. I mean, honestly, like there's so many circumstances that for me that relate to this situation, but like I know that for me, when I'm inside myself, when I'm in my own head, it gets this place right here, this skull between my ears, that is a bad neighborhood. I should not be in there alone. I can't be in there by myself.
What are you talking about?
It's insane. It's crazy in here. This is a bad place for me to be by myself. And so when I'm in that, like my whole life gets thrown off. Like if I'm in there, like I don't say nice things to myself. Like there's another Chester in there that's like wants to take me down. And so and I find that it could be whether it's substances or whether it's behavior or whether it's like depressive stuff or whatever it is. Like if I'm not like actively like getting out of myself and being with other people, like being a dad, being a husband, being a bandmate, like being a friend, helping someone out. Like if I'm out of myself, I'm great. If I'm inside all the time, I'm horrible, I'm a mess. And so for me, it's like that was kind of where I don't like my mind right now, stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. You know, that's where that came from for me.
Should have stayed were the signs I ignored. Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can have but can't keep. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? Flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. My mind for the floor from your feet.
It's 2 o'clock. I am on the car because I needed a quiet place to say this. Because what I want to do now is say something. Well, if you're not interested, just close the video. Well, I prepared something to say. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna read it because I want to really make sure that I won't fuck up anything. My English already sucks, so I'll do my best. So, it's been almost 9 months since Chester passed, and the day this video will be released was supposed to be his birthday. There's so much I would like to say, but I'll try to be short as possible. I was having dinner with my family when a friend of mine sent me a message. She told me that Chester was passed away, and at first I didn't believe her. I started to search on the internet to find out if it was true or not, and then the tweet from Mike arrived and I was able to accept it. I still couldn't believe what was just happened. It took me the whole night for my brain to realize all that and even more time to accept it. So, before I start to talk about the rest, I would like to reply to the four people that told me to me and to the other Linkin Park fans this stupid sentence, "Why are you such down for him? It was just a singer, you didn't even know him." Well, that's true. I didn't know him in person, but this doesn't mean that someone couldn't be important in your life just because you don't know him in person. It's very hard to explain. What people don't realize sometimes is that music is a very strong way to connect with people, to make them feel less alone is such a big word. You don't need to know someone physically to create a contact with that person, and I think that the Linkin Park's fans are proof of what I'm saying. After that Chester passed, in the whole world were celebrating memorials for him made by thousands of Linkin Park fans. I saw people crying for someone they didn't know in person, but it was very important to them. But also, I saw people helping each other. Different people, all strangers, but one thing in common. Linkin Park didn't create a fan community. They created a family. And that's something that people who judge will never have and understand. I started to listen to Linkin Park as I was young. My big brother was a fan at the time. I guess that first song I heard from them was Bleed It Out or No More Sorrow. I can't remember exactly, but I remember well that my father during a car trip booked Minutes to Midnight to my brother while we were on a gas station, and we listened to it on repeat during the travel. A lot of years later, on 2014, I found on my computer Burning in the Skies, and it was there because that was the broken computer from my brother that I was using at the time. So I decided to listen to it, and I loved it. I loved the track. Then I started to listen to every Linkin Park song, and I became a fan. In 2015, I went to my first Linkin Park concert. That was also my first concert. Rock in Rome, and the sentence As You Wish from Chester. Such an awesome night. Then 2017 arrived, and I had the final exam to pass the high school. We had to bring an essay, and I chose to talk about the most important song to me, Breaking the Habit. I'm still so proud about that essay. Well, that was a short version of my story with Linkin Park, but I'm so happy that I started to listen to them, because I wouldn't be here today to play a lot of different instruments if they didn't inspire me. So, talking about the remix and the project The Voice of a Fallen Soldier, when I started to work on it, it was just a stupid piano version. I found on my DAW this synth called Emotive Melodies, I think, and I played One More Light with it, and the result wasn't that bad, but neither that good. But I like it, so with time I started to work on it just for fun. Then I let some friends of mine and my bandmates to listen to it, and they loved it. they told me that I should have finished it. So a big thank you go to all my friends that support me and my works, because without them I would have probably let this project die on my hard disk of my computer. Usually I don't do remixes. This was totally an experiment, because it was planned to be just a rock piano version, but then became all electronic when I decided to try to put electronic drums instead of acoustic drums, and then the rest followed this decision. The Voice of a Fallen Soldier is an album, but it won't come out all at once. When I'm at the piano, I like to play Linkin Park songs because I learned piano thanks to them. So through the years I learned how to make the piano version of a lot of Linkin Park songs. So I decided that every time I will have some free time to record them, I will finish them and include them on the album that will be uploaded and available for free download on my own website, which you can find the link on the description. The last thing I would like to say is an open letter to Mike Shinoda, Brad Dawson, Robert Dunn, Dave Farrell and Joe Hahn, and I really hope that they will hear those words someday. Dear Linkin Park, thank you for being part of my life. Whatever the future will be, the Whole LP family will be next to you. Your song helped a lot of people who had hard times in their lives, and I think that we will never be grateful enough. Your song helped me to stand during hard times, helping me to fall in love with music, the word of the sound engineers, the word of the live music, the emotion of being on a stage, playing in front of people, to send them your message. Every time I play any kind of instrument, I'm so grateful to you guys, because now I have a passion and a purpose in life. The future is art for everyone, because no one can know what will happen tomorrow. But thanks to you guys, it will be less hard to stand, because we're not alone, and neither you are. With love, a member of your family. Thank you for watching guys. See you next video.